Hello everybody and welcome to Outdoors Britain. In this episode we're going to be heading down to my golf course permission to see if we can't get a rabbit or two for the pot. See you when we get there. And we've landed at the golf course. Now the first thing I'm going to do is go and put out a target and some lights so I can see, because it's pitch dark out there, and I'm going to check that the rifle is performing properly, because since last time I have changed the silencer but I haven't had a chance to check to make sure that it's working properly, and just to make sure that pellets aren't clipping it or anything like that, because the last thing I want to do is go out into the field and then find out the hard way that pellets are clipping or something isn't right or anything like that. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. See you in a bit. and back to the car for a brew. This is not the massive bottomless flask, this is a different one. It's a bit smaller. We're not going to use that little thimble size cup, we're going to use the proper cup. That'll do. Right, where do I start? Now, on the pod, you can't actually see from that footage what the rest of the software does around the outside of the screen. To those of you that don't have a pod, 008 LRF, you've got numbers on the left and numbers on the right. Now the numbers on the left tell you how high or how low you're pointing it in terms of like elevation, and the numbers on the right tell you how far over, left or right, you're canting the rifle, as it were. Now for some reason the pod thinks I'm pointing it almost upright in the air, and it also thinks that I've got it almost laying over on its side when obviously it's not. So that's going to have to be an issue. I think it's have to be dealt with by the people that dealt with the pod for me before, when it had a weird problem with the point of impact shifting between when I was switching between day and night mode. My point of impact was moving. That's why some of the earlier footage, much earlier footage, looked a bit odd, and that's why I had to aim off to land my shots on point. Anyway, more to the point, yeah, so there's obviously something's amiss with the pod. It might just be something simple like a software update, because I've never actually updated it in all the time I've had it. And so yeah, I have to take that up to the place that dealt with that for me before. And brings me to the second problem. Now, what you would have seen in the pod footage was the rifle shooting all over the place, which it really should not be doing. As you saw from the rangefinder reading, I'm only shooting 30 yards, which is what I've always zeroed that rifle at, and it should be pellet on pellet through the same hole at 30 yards. I mean, it's not even windy out here at the moment, it's almost completely still, so it really should be pellet on pellet, but as you just saw, it isn't. And I also tried two different brands. I tried the JSB Exact Jumbo Diabolo in 551 that it normally loves the best, and because they weren't on point, I thought, okay, maybe it's an iffy batch. So I also brought with me a tin of Air Arms Diabolo in 551, which it also likes. But yeah, as you saw, some are going left, some are going high, some are going low. Some go through the same hole, but it just isn't accurate enough for me to go attempting to use that on live game. You know, I've said it before in other videos, I don't want to injure anything, and when my rifle isn't performing properly, I'm not going to go taking chances. Which means now it's going to cost me even more money to send the 2.2 back off to the Ratworks, who fettled it for me before, and it came back perfect. So yeah, hopefully once I send it off to them, it will come back perfect again. Dear oh dear, it never rains but it pours. And of course the other thing, I didn't bring the 177 with me either, but if I had, due to the problems with the pod and its technical hiccup, we shall call it, I don't think I could have trusted it to use on that either. So yeah, I do apologise for this video being a complete waste of time and a complete disaster. And as for the pod and my 2.2, That's the Weihrauch HW100S. It looks like they're both going to be out of action for a little while, so the next few videos are probably going to be fishing, wild camping and cooking with game. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now, and I'm going to finish my brew and head for home. See you when I get there. And I'm home. Well, not really sure how to end this one on a positive. Yeah, so the pod needs to be sent off, rifle needs to be sent off. That leaves me with just a 177 and a Hawk scope, so I'm not sure how I'm going to record any more shooting videos. Like I said earlier, what is that dog doing? What doing? What doing? Hey. Always make me smile, don't you? Hey, you big sausage. Go on, go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Good girl. Where was I? Oh yeah. So I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to film any shooting videos until at least the pod's sorted, because obviously I can use that on the 177 KT. Yeah, as for the S, like I said, that needs to go back to the Ratworks and see if they can work their magic, because everything I've tried at home just hasn't seemed to make any difference. Yeah, so the next video is either going to be cooking with game or fishing or wild camping. Really hope you've enjoyed this disaster of a video. I do apologise for wasting your time. Thank you for watching.